Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I was still half asleep in my last video, but I made me some coffee. Hopefully, I could react a little bit better. Um, uh, First, I want to say that I've been reached via Facebook and Instagram. People telling me that they can't find my videos if I don't send the direct link. So please subscribe. Secondly, uh, I'm gonna touch on a few different issues right now, so you guys can start building your own ideas and around the information that I'm giving you guys. So first, I want to touch on the subject of the food, our meat. um, so there's a telltale sign um, that you guys can see, can prove to you what I'm talking about, that our food has been tampered with. All you need to do is go find some old pictures, maybe in the 80s and 90s, um, of your sisters, your moms, your daughters, and compare them with pictures of women in your life at the same age today, and you'll see a drastic difference in uh, in their bodies. Um, and what worries me most is um, this doesn't have the same effect on men as it does in women. So obviously, this is of scientific nature. This has been tested out, and they know what they're doing. And it's a sad thing to say, but in California, a lot of the girls around 13 years of age are being kidnapped. And this touches on the subjects that I was speaking of, how certain people of a lighter color have the belief um, that these young girls are of childbearing age, and you know and are able to be used for that in a situation where we're talking about racial cleansing and getting rid of certain people to better other people. These people, these lighter skinned gente are taking advantage of our children. And the question is, right now it's, they're abusing 9 and 12 and 13-year-old girls. Um, but when will it stop if they continue pumping our family members with hormones, and their bodies develop at a younger age? When is enough going to be enough? Um, um, and See, right now nobody's controlling them because we're supporting their cause by by believing in those things, by attending their churches, by putting money in their pocket, by supporting their causes. And a lot of times, I understand that people didn't realize this or haven't opened their eyes to it. So that's all I could do is share the information and let you go back and take a look and to see what's happening. This is a real thing. There's other people have noticed it, not just myself. Like I said, I know plenty of nurses and that work at some of the best hospitals in the United States, and I myself has been the subject of multiple tests, and pretty much they've tested almost everything I've spoken to you guys about. It's been tested on me personally. Uh, I was a science project. I didn't sign up for it. It was forced upon me, but I was able to live through it, and I'm here today to speak on it. Um, Secondly, I want to touch up on the subject of science and our bodies. So some people find it a way out that I could say when I say that our minds are like a phone and can be tapped into. So I'm gonna give you a couple examples so you guys can start forming ideas. When you sit outside for too long, you feel the sun heat up on your skin. Um, and it gets hot. It gets to the point where you can't stand it. So that's like grabbing a negative wire and a positive um, wire and touching them, and the wires heat up because we're made of energy. Um, to make it as simple as possible, let's say the earth itself is the ground, it's negative, and the sun is positive energy. So we're grounded, because we're on the floor, we're here on Earth, and the sun is giving us positive energy. Um, Much like the waves in the ocean. The waves in the ocean are created by the sun. They're grounded to the earth, which causes two opposite forces to push to each other and creates our waves. Now the sun is not touching water, but it's causing this reaction to happen. And this is the same thing that's going on with our bodies. Our bodies are made of energy. The sun is not touching us, but we run off of frequencies uh, that are given off by the sun. So it's possible to tap into our body system without actually being connected to anything. And so um, this is directly connected to uh, our people being dream catchers. Not dream catchers, the item that was made for to pass on the word of what our people, the roots of our people. Um, it was made to explain to us that you know that we have dreams that connect us to the earth. That's the best way I could put it. And so these people that their race are bred out. For instance, like pit bulls, they breed out of our race, but doing so they lose certain properties. Um, for instance, dreaming, or um, another perfect example, my favorite example is, um, when you go to the hospital, the majority of the people getting these surgeries and getting heart transplants and heart and lung transplants and what so have you are white people. Why? Because they're breeding out of the natural race, and this causes medical issues with them. We don't need doctors. We've survived for many, many, many years without doctors. Our nurses that are working today are just as good as doctors. Um, as long as we live a healthy lifestyle, you know, you know, we don't need doctors in our lives. The doctors, in surgery, yeah, eventually here and there we might need it, but as a society as a whole, as a race, as black and brown brothers, as brown eye families, we were made to survive, and we could survive off of natural substances. And so they want to have you believe that we should be dependent upon them, but in reality, you know, that's made for them because we're still our race is still pure, and they're calling their race pure, but they're having the medical issues. And so, uh, but back to the energy. So we're made of energy. Um, it's easy. It's possible to tap into us like a Bluetooth. You know, uh, it's possible to send frequencies back and forth to affect our health, to affect our mind, to affect our thinking, to, for instance, have a blackout. It's possible to affect um, our emotion and our thoughts. Now, they might not be able to fully control you, but they can have an effect. And if you're not aware of what you're doing, if you're letting yourself go on autopilot, um, you know, this could have drastic measures, or it could lean you into a position favorable to someone else instead of yourself. And it's hard for people to understand because we've been kept away from this information, and they've separated the two as if there were two different things, but they're not, because we're made of this earth, and anything on this earth, you know, we relate directly to. And so a lot of people have a problem grasping these ideas because they were kept from us, they were kept a secret. But if you go back, you know, to your ancestors, they'll let you know that they're one with earth, one with the sun, one with the sky, and with the water. And so I get a lot of feedback with people having difficulty relating to this type of issues, but I try and explain it as best as I can um, as I go, as I have so much information to share. Sometimes some of the details get lost in between. Um, but yeah, feel free to ask, subscribe, so you guys can watch and keep updated on the videos and information I have to share. And you have any questions, feel free to ask. Um, Follow me on Facebook, Lou West, or on Instagram, Big Lou. And blessings to everybody. Uh, stay strong and keep the struggle. Peace.